Hello and welcome to another episode of my Motogp 19 career mode. I know it has been a couple of days, apologies for that. Also apologies once again for the quality of the previous video. It had no sound and it was 720p and I didn't know that when I started recording, so I apologise. There's not a lot I could do. I haven't used that capture card for months, in fact for years probably more like, so yeah, I didn't know it was going to behave like that, so I apologise for that. I'll try and get that sorted for the next round of RRL. But we're on career mode now, so let's recap what happened in the last episode. So in the championship, Lorenzo Dalla Porta actually retook the lead, I think. Aaron Canet went down one position and I went down one position as well. So yeah, Dalla Porta leaped up from third to first, and there is only now 4 points between me and Dalla Porta and 2 points between Canet and Dalla Porta, and obviously me and Canet as well. 2 and 2 is 4. And Jan Masia is 4th, 23 points back, and 5th is Niccolo Antonelli, 28 points back. We have just pretty much gone over the halfway point of the season because we're about to do round 11, obviously a 19 race championship, so we've done 10 of the 19 rounds, so we're just over halfway through this championship now, and it is a pretty tight fight at the minute, so we are going to head into Austria now, and I'll see you at the end of practice. So at the end of that practice session then, you can see we are 6th place, so we are looking a little bit better at this one. As well, that wasn't like a completely flat out lap, it was on the qualifying run, but I made a couple of mistakes. I think I probably could have gone faster than MIGNO, if I'm totally honest. So it's probably looking good for us in qualifying, but we managed to achieve all the objectives except one. We couldn't quite do 5 laps on the quick pace because I was really struggling to do it on the mediums, well the medium hards. The hard tyre was just pushing me into the corner way too much, so I tried to do it on soft. Obviously the tyre was a bit dead by the end, so I was struggling to beat those lap times at the end. But it did get me 3 of them, so that's all I can really ask for. So I only missed 5 resource points from the possible 30, so it's not too bad then. So if we head into qualifying now, hopefully we can try and get pole position. But it might be a bit, you know, that might be aiming a bit high considering that obviously we're only 6th in this session, but we're only 3 tenths off, so anything can happen. Right, so we're in qualifying now, got to make sure we change these tyres. I'm pretty worn tyres, as you can see, obviously 20% on the rails, so that's what we used for the long run. So we'll go out and try and do the fastest that we can. Hopefully it routes to the jets in for the first row, but I really hope it's pole position, because I feel like if we get on pole, we have a good chance of winning this race. If you remember back to Red Bull rookies, once you get in front of AI here, they seem to struggle to get back past. There's a few places you can sort of dive at the inside as well, so hopefully we can use that to our advantage. A little bit of track extending there on the exit. Enjoying the ability to use that again. Obviously we've been playing a lot of strict lobbies as of recently for practice for the league. Switching off Masia up to the line. 39.6, it's not good enough really. I need to go for another one. Up towards the line we go. 39.3, so 3 tenths quicker there, so hopefully that should put us a bit higher up the leaderboard. So in the end then, it was only good enough for 4th place, which isn't quite on our objective, which is just such a disappointment, but we did improve compared to where we were in practice, and we had quite a big margin over Gabriel Rodrigo as well in 5th place. Probably our first lap probably would have been good enough, but you can see how many 39.6s there are, so probably would have could have even been down in 8th place. I'm not sure what the decimal places were there, but we're only a 10th off Antonelli and we're 3 tenths off Canet, so hopefully if we get a good start we can try and rustle the feathers of those guys and try and beat them.
We're now transmitting from the starting grid where everything seems ready. It's always difficult to predict the results of a Moto3 race, but the riders we're seeing right now definitely seem to be the favourites.
So yeah, I'm sort of looking forward to this race. Hopefully we can do well. I just want to get off to a good start. Obviously, if you remember back to Red Bull Rookies, we got a pretty decent start here, and we'd actually managed to sort of carry the lead to the end. So hopefully we can do that again, although I'm not sure how viable that's actually going to be. But we'll try our best, so let's start the race, and hopefully we can maybe get into the lead.
The riders have completed the sighting lap and are lined up on the Red Bull Ring straight. Very little time is left until the start of another Austrian Grand Prix.
So our two championship rivals, Canet and Dalla Porta, along with an upcoming threat really of Antonelli in front of us. We've got to try and pass the three of them. We've not had a great start. We've been hit by Iagora, I think that is. We've been past Rodrigo as well. Go down towards turn 1. Binder and Mignot passes as well. Taking a wide run through turn 1. Back on the throttle. We're back up into 4th place. Gets the slipstream off of Canet here. Can we pass Antonelli up towards the hairpin at the top of the straight? I don't think we're going to do it. So we're going to stay in 4th. But it was a pretty good recovery through turn 1, to be fair, considering the start we had wasn't great. Go for it. Into the hairpin we go. Links out of Dalla Porta. Bit of contact with Dalla Porta though. Out of the hairpin we go. We're into 2nd place now. It was a pretty good braking move, to be honest, because I didn't even go in hot. So they are just broke a bit early on the first lap, being a bit tentative, and we've managed to capitalise up into 2nd place. Here we go, the inside of Dalla Porta, let off the brakes up the inside a bit more. We've forced him a bit wide, it was a bit aggressive. Right onto the green. I think that's going to be Canet coming through, is it? So close. Canet trying to go around the outside. Canet's through. We're not going to be having any of that. On the inside of Canet we go. Bit of contact, Canet once again. Forcing Canet wide. We've got to be aggressive on this AI. We can't be sitting behind them. Going a bit wide through turn 7. Get on the throttle. Oh, more contact with Canet. Canet's hit us again. Well, actually, we hit Canet the first, so I think that was a bit more of a racing accident. We're going to the same line. Gets to the slipstream though. Down towards the penultimate turn. We can't be sticking behind him. We've got to go into the penultimate turn. On the inside of Canet we go. Try and sit him up if we can. Into the last corner now. And jet it out. Let's go towards the line. We are leading after the first lap of 6 here in Austria. Canet 2nd, Ramirez 3rd, Antonelli 4th, Mignot 5th, Dalla Porta down to 6th place after we sat him up at turn 4. Canet had a look up the inside there. He couldn't quite outbrake us though. Well, actually it's fortunate for us, unfortunately for him he couldn't outbrake us. Canet's got a pretty good run, I think, on us. Here he goes again. There goes Canet, squeeze him over to the inside. We're going to go for it again into the penultimate turn. Yes we are. I put a lot of pressure through it on the front brake there. The front felt like it was going to go. But you got to push hard in this championship if you're going to beat these AI with such good straight line speed and corner speed that they have. Try and get the slipstream straight back on him. He's going defensive to the inside. Up the inside we go into turn 1. He's proper has it back out of that one. So we are doing some aggressive moves on the AI here, but we have to really show them who's boss. Dalla Porta's now 2nd, and we've gone really wide into the hairpin this time. So wide, we're going to definitely lose position to Mignot. It's Mignot that's took the position. So Andrea Mignot, once again, is taking a position away from us. Now, I don't stand for this. Like, Mignot, please stop bullying us, okay? It's like Mignot has a vendetta. He's always taking the positions when I make mistakes. I'm going to push as hard as I can to keep up with Mignot. I do not want to let him beat me. And the slipstream with Mignot. We got a little penalty for cutting the penultimate turn a bit, which is a bit annoying because it's kind of ruined our race. Here we go on Mignot. Into turn 1 we go. Oh, he's properly sat up there. Mignot has. We've properly sat him up. So another aggressive move coming out of the locker. Out of our book of tricks here. We're really... I think if you go back to Red Bull Rookies, we're doing some aggressive moves on Salvador at this track as well. This seems to be the track that brings out my aggression. Probably because it's a difficult track to pass out. We've gone wide for the 3rd time in a row at the top of this hill. I mean, Mignot, whose teammate now, Masia, has got past us because of that. But we're much closer to Masia than we were to Mignot. So hopefully if we can try and get past him, that would be ideal. We got a little penalty, which is a bit annoying to be honest, because we didn't gain anything from the cut. I just turned in a little too early. We've managed to hold Masia, keep saying MIGNO. Oh, just so you say MIGNO the last couple of laps. Perhaps it would have been better to put a soft rear on the bike, just to have a bit more grip. Masia comes through again. I think we're going to have to do the same move we did to his teammate, really, to get this done. Although we could do what we did to Can It, maybe, because we are a little closer to Masia than we were to MIGNO. Here we go, getting slipstream off Masia. Down towards turn 1, hitting the brakes, squeeze him out to the right hand side, make him sit the bike up. Through the first corner we go, keep the run up. Up towards the line. The AI did scrap quite a bit on that lap, so none of them actually had a challenge at me, but they're definitely going to be close. Look, they actually are within range to win from that. Out the last corner, I don't know if we've done enough. The AI were battling quite a bit behind, so I'm not sure. He doesn't look too happy.
While Parc Fermé starts to fill up with the stars of the race, we're going to take a look at the Moto3 race final ranking.
But we did it. We won it. We won the race somehow. Despite the penalty, so we had a pretty good last lap there. The AI was scrapping a lot behind. I think Masia was second for a little bit of MIGNO as well, so yeah, you can see the massive battle going on, and they're all pretty close as well, the AI. So we basically did, we used some aggressive tactics. A bit questionable, I know some of my moves were past the limit, I would say. I mean, I did like literally squeeze Masia out on the curb, just knowing that he would sit up, because I'd seen what happened to Can It and then to MIGNO before. Yeah. I'm pretty surprised with that. I thought by the look on my guy's face that he was like going to be not first, he was going to be like 5th or something, because he looked pretty upset. But we managed to actually achieve 4th there for Masia, 5th for MIGNO, 6th for Antonelli, and 7th for Dalla Porta, 8th for Ramirez, his teammate, 9th for Toba, and 10th for Darren Binder. So if we go on to the championship and see how that's changed things up, we take the lead of the championship ahead of Aaron Can It. Oh no, yeah, Can It moves up to 2nd, I move up to 1st. And Dalla Porta moves down to 3rd. So Can actually stayed 2nd, but he moved ahead of Dalla Porta, but I moved ahead of him, so he stayed the same. We now lead championship by 3 points to Can It in 2nd. Dalla Porta is 3rd, 12 points back. Yama Masia, obviously, pretty good result for him. He's only 31 points behind now, so he's definitely getting in the mix there. 5th for Antonelli, 39 points down. MIGNO moves up to 6th, our best friend there, moves up to 6th in the championship, 102 points behind us in the championship. 7th for Toba there, 8th for Ramirez, 9th for Suzuki, and 10th for Darren Binder now. Moves up to 10th in the championship, so nice one for him. Look at the team championship. Leopard Racing still lead ahead of Best Capital Divide 2nd, Comalang Rossini Moto3 in 3rd, 4th for SICK 58 Squadra Course, and 5th for Stella Garda Max Racing Team. So let's head into Parc Fermé now, and then the Career Hub, and then move on to the next race of the episode.
This rider has been able to impose a frantic pace on today's race, and now he and his mechanics are rightly going to party.
Well, it's less of frantic pace, more of a, if you overtake me, I will sit you up into turn 1. But it seemed to work out for us. I'm not going to lie, I was definitely abusing the track limits a little bit in the last sector. Perhaps a little bit too much, but I had to do what I had to do to try and win that race. So unfortunately the team weren't too happy with me not being able to get on the front row, but they were pretty happy with everything else. So we're about halfway between team leader and the full, which obviously is perfectly fine. In the weekend we gained 4,619 points, so in total we have 54,355 points there. Yeah, look, we did actually manage to fail obviously race simulation, as I'm sure I said earlier, because I couldn't quite do the 5 laps, or I couldn't quite do the lap times on the mediums, and I couldn't do the 5 laps on the softs, so that's what happened. So we gained 25 total for the weekend, which is not enough to upgrade anything obviously. But if we go on to the news for the MotoGP world, Marquez doesn't hold back on the Austrian track. The stars of the day include Dovizioso and Rins, who complete the podium. Moto2 and Moto3. In Moto2, another great race for Luti, who takes an excellent victory. In Moto3, Biker first climbs to the podium with Can It 2nd and Suzuki 3rd. Stars from the word from the stars of Moto3, Can It. I had a problem with the new tyres. I had too much grip, and this led to too much front end push, causing serious problems going into the corners. If I had tried to push any further, I'd have risked falling. I think you just got sat up, to be fair, mate, but there you go. Make me look better if you want to, that's perfectly fine. So, yeah, next race obviously is my home race now, so we'll head into that. But I've not got a good track record at this track, so hopefully we can do okay, but we probably won't. You never know. You never know. So in the end then, at the end of practice, we were fastest. That's obviously after the quali run. We did only pick up 20 of the 30 resource points, basically because the track acclimatization, or whatever it's called, track, I don't know, you know which one I'm on about. Basically, the lines for that were horrendous, so I literally I just went off the lines because I couldn't even keep on the lines on purpose. It was so hard because it was totally wrong. So I just didn't quite have enough acclimatization. And unfortunately, on the longer run, I crashed on one of my laps, but all the other ones were perfectly valid. So it's a little bit annoying. I wish you'd got some points for 4 instead of points for 3 and then points for 5. I don't know. But anyway, heading to qualifying now, and I have a pretty good feeling about this one. Right, so we're out now onto the track. Hopefully, we can go pole here. I feel like with the pace that we showed in that practice session, we can. Especially because in that lap was like hardly, clear. It was pretty good in the first sector, in the second sector, but the third and fourth had quite a few. Well, the third and fourth was fine, but the third had quite a few errors in it. And in the first sector, we did have to pass our teammate Rodrigo as well, so maybe we can go even quicker. And I don't think the AI can really go much quicker. I accidentally went a bit wide, so it's probably going to be a 10th or 2 gone there. So on we go. Trying to speak to as our best friend MIGNO coming out of the pits. I don't know who this is, but hopefully they don't hold me up. It's thrown to Dalla Porta. I should actually get him to not hold me up somehow. Although it probably wasn't the ideal line because of it. Would have fully expected Dalla Porta to hold us up, especially after the bad race he had in Austria. Although that was pretty much entirely caused by me, I think, his downfall. I think he got really scores out of 4, and because of it so early on in the race, he dropped down, whereas me and Canet, we were good like second clear or half second clear or whatever, so when I sat him up, he only lost a few positions, it wasn't too bad. Same with like MIGNO and Messia, so he had to lose time and then positions, whereas Dalla Porta was in the pack, so he instantly lost position. Wow, that was a bit of a cut. And that's valid as well though. That's where I crashed, I went more into the grass there. Now. It's pretty much towards the end of the lap now where not a lot can really go wrong. You see that rear tyre's pretty hot. We're pushing it to the limits definitely on this lap. I said nothing could go wrong, but we've gone so wide to Brooklands. And it's a love field. And through Woodcut we come now, up towards the line. 16.6, we definitely need to go for another lap. So in the end then, I did go for the lap, but I made a pretty big mistake, so I didn't really bother, and the tyres were a bit dead. Didn't want to use up too many tyres. But we literally just got on pole by 6 thousandths per second there, ahead of Aaron Canet in second place, Yama Messia third, fourth for Lorenzo Dalla Porta, fifth for Nicola Antonelli, sixth for Andrea MIGNO, 7th for Darren Binder, 8th for Kaito Toba, and 9th for Arbolino, 10th for Celestino Vietti as well. It's a pretty good one for Vietti there. But without further ado, let's head into the race and try and win our home Grand Prix.
A few more minutes and the Moto3 race will begin. Right now we are at the starting grid, waiting for the riders to receive the signal to start the warm-up lap.
Make sure we're on some fresh tyres, 100% on the front, 100% on the rear. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this one. I really hope we can get the victory. Obviously, last time out we didn't really have the pace. Here it does seem like we do, but they're probably going to have slightly better race pace than me. So remember, we did get pole in Sachsenring and then still get thrashed in the race. As long as we don't make some stupid mistake and lose loads of points, loads of positions, or get a penalty or something like that, we should be okay. So without further ado, like I said, let's get into the race and hopefully try and win it.
The riders are on the Silverstone starting grid and are ready to face one of the most demanding Grand Prix of the whole year.
Obviously only 4 laps as well this one, so it shouldn't be too bad. It'll be done before we know it. I've not had a great start there. I mean, I got quite a bit of wheel spin, so it wasn't too bad. But Yama Messias had a fantastic start, so he's up into the lead. I think so both the best of Capital bikes having a fantastic start. Migno's past us now. We cut back up the inside of Migno. I'm not sitting behind him. And the first sector is definitely our chance to make up some time on Yama Messias here. Oh, but our best friend has already had contact with us in this race, so yeah, I'm sure Migno must have some vendetta against us. The AI programming must have it so that Migno absolutely hates us here, because he's basically trying to screw us over every... Oh, bit of a screen freeze there, so not really happened to me on Motogp 19 before, but there we go. Happened a bit on Motogp 18, but I think that was just poor optimization on that end, rather than my computer or anything. But we are still second place. I think we probably could have passed him if it wasn't for Migno, so Migno definitely playing a team game there, for him and Messias. But I feel like we're coming up to a section where I can perhaps have an attack, maybe into Vale here. We'll have a look. Here we go, this onto Vale. And through turn 9. Messias keeps around the front, but we're on the inside still. Of Macaulay Culkin, there we go, up into first place. So towards the line we go then. 20.5 first lap. Should be the fastest lap since we started first and ended first. That was an awful first corner, by the way. I cut the inside and then ran out onto the outside. Great stuff. Ran very wide. Cannett's got through because of that. Although we might be able to attack him into Vale like we did with Messias last time. Here we go, these onto Vale. In fact, it was even easier than the move on Messias. That wasn't quite a cut, I was still on the curb. Just cut into the very inside of the curb. So we recovered after that slight, slight mishap in the first sector. We're still leading the race, luckily. Through Woodcut we come now then. Oh, that was pretty bad. Up towards the line. 16.5, fast lap of the race, but Messias seemed pretty close to us there. So I think, with the tyre wear kicking in on this last lap, Messias might have a bit of a go. So we'll definitely have to try and extend the lead if we can. Coming up towards Woodcut, sorry, once again. Up towards the line we go. Over the line we go, so going to be the win for the British Grand Prix. Once again, the ride does not look too happy.
To fill up with the stars of the race, we're going to take a look at the Moto3 race final ranking.
But in the end, then, we won by 7 tenths of the Yama Messias in second, Aaron Canet third, Lorenzo Dalla Porta in fourth, fifth for Nicola Antonelli, sixth for Tony Arbolino, seventh for Andrea Migno, eighth for John McPhee, ninth for Celestina Vietti, and 10th for Kaita Toba. So yeah, we achieved the objective of getting the podium once again. In the championship now, we extend our lead in the championship for the first time for quite a while to 12 points now. 24 ahead of Dalla Porta, so Dalla Porta struggled again. I'm not sure where he actually finished. I'll have to have a quick look again in a second, but yeah, obviously not great race for Dalla Porta there. Yama Messias getting a bit closer to him in 4th place. Nicola Antonelli, again, he didn't have a fantastic race, I don't think, in 5th. 6th place for Migno, 7th for Toba, 8th for Ramirez, 9th for Suzuki, and 10th for Darren Binder. In the Teams Championship, Best of Capital Dubai close up to Leopard Racing there. You know, battle of who can be the champions. Ahead of us in 3rd, Carmelo Grassini, Moto3. 4th still for 58 Squadron Course, and 5th for Stelgarden Max Racing Team. So we will head into Parc Ferme and then the Career Hub to end off the episode.
This rider has been able to impose a frantic pace on today's race, and now he and his mechanics are rightly going to party.
So this time it actually was a frantic pace, but less aggressive overtakes like it was in the previous one, and we won that one with pretty much ease. Right, so sorry about the abrupt end there. My hard drive filled up. Luckily, it got the whole race in, otherwise I would not have been happy. But yeah, basically, we just came back to the menu, just did the usual stuff, went through it. We had to re-sign the contract window, so I just signed with the same team again, because there was only Moto3 teams. They have changed our objectives. Look, we are top 5 now, and second row is our objectives. So I thought I'd just do this little video just to this is like an hour after this was during editing. I've just figured out that I just realised that it cut off just during part firme, so apologies for that. But yeah, so now I've actually got some easier objectives because we were struggling a bit, which is nice for the team. Obviously they've seen that I've been failing the objectives, so they're like, oh, we'll lower them a little bit, which is good. It's pretty good. And yeah, but like I said, I haven't said it yet. I said it an hour ago, but it's not on recording because my hard drive filled up, so apologies for that once again. Not really had much luck, have I, last couple of days in terms of recording to go properly, but I hope you did enjoy this video anyway. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I shall see you in the next one.